Hello Internet, welcome to more retro gaming. We're going to be playing Castlevania IV, just because. And I'm not going to be good at it. We're just going to go until we run out of... lives, basically. I have no interest in the story. I have no interest in trying to beat this game. It's not going to be beaten in this particular session. Maybe if I enjoy it, we will play it some more. This is the one where you can flail your whip. I believe those pickups improve your whip, although I think they're so plentiful that it doesn't really matter. Of course, Castlevania sub-weapons, we picked up the dagger there. And, can we jump? I wonder if you can jump on top of the castle. Those little weird, I don't know what they're supposed to be. I think I've heard them referenced as morning stars. I think they improve your... Oh, I thought we could make it on top. I think they improve your whip strength. These things right here. So if we look at our whip, it does seem to be longer now. I'm not sure how. Can we jump onto stairs? We can. I'm not really sure why they're so frequent. It seems like every couple candles have the weird whip thing in it. So, but okay, we're not going to complain. We're going to continue picking up hearts. Of course, Castlevania hearts power your sub-weapons. That is on the wrong side of the fence, I guess. Our sub-weapon is currently the dagger. I don't really know the sub-weapons in this game. The only Castlevania I've played at all really is Symphony of the Night, and I only played maybe 10 or 15 minutes of that. I kind of think we had Dracula X at one point on the Sega when I was a kid, but, you know, I never really got into it. The only other time I can remember playing, oh, there we've got the cross or the shuriken, which I think is overpowered in most of the games, and we will try to utilize this. I had a brain fart there for a second. Oh, there's an axe. We don't want the axe. I think the more candles you hit... Oh, it's not up X. How do we use our sub-weapon? Shoulder button. Okay. I think the more candles and enemies you hit with the sub-weapon, the more likely it is to upgrade to the next version. I'm not 100% that that's how it works. Bats are jerks. As everyone knows, birds and bats are jerks in these old games. This music is banging, though, so that's something. We're about half dead, which I'm a little worried about. It's cool that you can whip on an angle. I didn't expect that from a Super Nintendo game. I know you're supposed to, yeah, cling to this thing. The only other experience I have with a Castlevania game, let's try hitting him with our, yeah. I remember being a kid, and it must have been around Christmas time because I vaguely remember watching The Grinch. And when I was a kid, we didn't get to do things. And, like, maybe that sounds dumb, but we didn't get to do very much. And we had gone to my mother's friend's house. And us kids, we just had to sit there basically all night while the adults played games and drank and things like that. Smoked weed, if I'm being honest, things like that. And I remember they were playing a Castlevania game, and I didn't know it was Castlevania at the time, but I've seen footage of it since then, and I kind of think it was Castlevania III for the original Nintendo. And they were playing it all night, and they were really frustrated with how poorly they were doing. And, oh, I see you weird green things. Okay. I don't really want whatever this thing is. Let's see if we can... There we go. Hit all of them with the... Okay. And they were playing all night Castlevania. I think it was Castlevania 3. I've seen it a few times as an adult. And they were playing and they were getting super... Is that a horse head? Oh my god. I don't know why horse heads fly. Oh, you got me. Can I... There we go. They were playing Castlevania all night, and they were getting really irritated by how badly they were doing. And they were getting super frustrated. And I remember, because, like, I had nothing else to do. Can we break this? Ah, I knew it. I was watching them because I had nothing else to do. So these respawn, apparently. they're too far, I guess, to the south to trigger us. And I was watching them and I was trying to learn the pattern because like there were these platforms that would flip over when you would walk into them. Oh, we picked up the stopwatch. I don't know that we wanted that. Oh, they take 2 hits? Okay. Well, I know everyone hates the Medusa heads. Oh god, it's literally those platforms right there. They would flip over, there were things coming at them, and I was just watching it and like learning the patterns. And I was like, let me try. I think I can do it. And they didn't want to let me try because my stepdad was a piece of trash who pretty much hated us. So that one took 1 hit. Why'd the other one take 2 hits? But eventually my mom's friend was like, just let him do it, let him try. And they gave me the controller, and I did like, oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, all the way back here, huh? Oh, I guess we lose the whip power up when we die. That's unfortunate. I think if we keep this Medusa head on the screen... Nope. Okay. I was going to say, I think if we keep it on the screen, the other ones won't spawn. That's obviously not true. So that's a bummer. And they finally let me try. You know, she was like, just let him try. And I got pretty far, but ultimately died. And I remember my stepdad just being like, see, what did you think was going to happen? You thought you were better than us, blah, blah, blah. And he made it this weird personal thing. And it was like, I was just a kid. I just wanted to play Nintendo, you know? And that's really the only time I can remember, you know, really playing or watching a Castlevania game. I know they do them at GDQ every year, and I often will watch some aspect of them, but I don't have the attachment to this game that a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people really love the Castlevania games because they were like their first excursion. These stupid platforms. Like their first real excursion with gaming, and you know, obviously, oh god, obviously this is a, how do I throw? Obviously this is a you know, classic video game that many people have played. It spawned an entire genre. People, you know, the Metroidvania games. So I mean, it's obvious why people love them. It's just I never got into them. So we beat a boss. I have no idea who he was or what he was doing. So we'll take that. I was a skeleton on a skeleton horse, which is pretty interesting. I guess this was like... I definitely feel like I've heard people refer to part of the game as stables. So that must have been the stables level. Which maybe would explain horse heads. I don't know why it would, but, you know. Okay, so we're in a river. I guess we skipped a bat for some reason. I don't know really what. Get out of here, hand. So yeah, so I'm not familiar with these games, as you're probably realizing. Let me go. I'm not a big fan of the games from what I've seen. It looks like enemies infinitely spawn, which I really hate in video games. I prefer to be able to clear an area as I progress. Okay, come on now. Another one of these guys. That one took 3 hits. I'm wondering if we're doing something wrong with our whip that's making it so we can't... so it takes more hits. I'm wondering if maybe there's a different thing we're supposed to be doing. I don't know, man. You're gonna continue down here to a pit of death, it looks like. Continue picking up hearts. We're definitely not using our sub-weapon as much as we should be. I know when I watch, on the rare occasion that I have watched a speedrun, they pretty much, not exclusively use the sub-weapons, but they certainly make, you are stuck, aren't you? We'll just put you out of your misery, no big deal. Flail. Okay, so we're gonna grab all these hearts. Yeah, we're picking up a lot of hearts and we're not really using our sub-weapon. Okay, platforming is definitely not my cup of tea. I'm quite bad at old-timey games that require platforming, so hopefully there's not a ton of that, although it's a Castlevania game, so I kind of think there is. We'll continue through with these weird bushmen. I don't know what they're supposed to be. They look... of course. You stupid little armadillo. Apparently there are zombies as well, which is fine. Castlevania, I expect zombies and skeletons and things of that nature. So here's some more platforming. As a bird. Birds are jerks. Continue forward. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think we're doing pretty good. I don't know how many lives we have left, but I didn't expect to make it very far in this game at all. I thought it would be over in about 10 minutes. Although for all I know it has been 10 minutes because I don't have my audio thing up on the other screen. Probably should have done that. But anyway, we're just gonna play really regardless of how long the video goes. We'll just go until we die. And then if it's a long video, it's a long video. Okay, frogs. Because there's really no... what difference does it make? You know, I'm not going to be making a ton of this kind of content. So I don't know that it matters if it's, you know, 10 minutes longer than it normally would be. Great! So we get to go all the way back because I don't think... okay, there were screen transitions, so we don't have to go super far back. Still a little on the irritating side. Okay, platforming. So how do I know how many lives I have left? Let's look at our UI. We have a time in the corner. We have a heart counter, block 2-2. I assume that's our map coordinates. I don't really know what else that would be. P maybe is our life. What's the other? We have our health bar, the enemy health bar, which is weird because everything dies in one hit, so I don't know why we need a health. Well, for bosses, I guess. And we have a score, and we have an empty sub-weapon box. Okay, probably ought to try to find a sub-weapon. Okay, continue forward. This is where the frogs got us. Got him. Okay. Armadillo. This is where the skeleton got us. Got him. Continue forward. There's something satisfying about using the whip. If I'm being barely made it. I like using the whip as a weapon. I find that pretty satisfying, especially because I can just wildly flail it around. But I don't know. It's not... I don't know. I'm enjoying the game, but it's not like endearing itself to me immensely. You know, it's just... bird... It looks like we lose more than 1 bar of health every time we get hit. We also got a clicky, chimey sound. I don't know what that was. Oh, a boss fight, I guess. How do we throw? Hello, Medusa. Okay, she's throwing snakes at us. You would think. So this is the equivalent of throwing your hair. Please stop, woman. God. So we're dead. Do we go all the way? Of course we do. Of course we go all the way back. Fun, fun, fun. This is also something that keeps me generally from playing old-timey games, is that... So for instance, in the Castlevania series here, when we run out of lives, that's it. The game is over and we have to start from the beginning. And I think that that is fine when you're making a game for an arcade because you're trying to get as many quarters as you want or coins or whatever. But when you're talking about a release of a game to a home console, there's really no reason at all for you to not allow your players to progress. I think it's one of the things that keeps people from playing older games, is that there's no saving system. There's no way to continue your progress where you left off. Okay, well, we're gonna die again, I guess. And that can be extremely frustrating for people, including myself. I really dislike the lack of a save function, and is ultimately why I don't play more retro, or not retro, but like old-time games. I guess they're considered retro games, but to me, retro is a style of game, not necessarily an old game. Yeah, there's just no reason for it. Like, they paid for the game, you can't even give them the ability to continue where they're like. And I've made small, like, console-based games writing a save function is not difficult. So it's not that they weren't able to do it. It's just that they chose not to do it. And I think that that's pretty dumb. We don't even have a sub-weapon. We're gonna die here, I think. Please stop aggressively moving towards me. So they turn around, huh? That I whipped in the wrong direction. So it looks like we're gonna game over here on Medusa. A little unfortunate. Don't really know what I'm supposed to do. That's another thing. I think people often talk about how great older games were because of their boss fight dynamics. So far what I've seen is kind of just hit them repeatedly. Like, you see more complication and patterns and things in a Dark Souls boss fight than you do in most old games. Like, everybody who is a retro gamer, they talk about patterns and how patterns were like the key to victory back in the day. And that may well be true, but I just don't see it in most games. I think most games, you just mash the attack button while you're in a relatively safe position. But then again, I'm terrible at this, so maybe I'm missing something that should be super duper obvious. But we're going to continue. We're going to try to fight Medusa again. And we will almost certainly die. And then the internet will laugh at me. Oh, that's why we didn't get the knife. We missed it last time because it despawned. Can't believe I actually hit that bird. Thought it was going to get us. We're going to continue on this cool... Like, that's something that's cool. The bridge actually moves. That's something that was not exactly common back in this era, I think. Please, birds, fuck off. God. I try generally to not swear in my videos, but I end up swearing in most videos anyway, just because of my general frustration. I'm not someone who needs a game to be easy or anything like that. It's just, I expect that, although... he just had to move up on me. Stop turning around. Might actually... Nope. Might actually get her. We got her. Oh my god. Like, I don't need a game to be easy. I've beaten every Dark Souls game. Oh, wait a minute. Did I beat... I don't know if I beat Dark Souls 3, actually. So I think that 2 Roman numeral represents our... Oh, you... Well, great. I thought he would die. We can continue, I guess. This is not the level I just... This is literally way... Yeah, so I think we're going to call this one here. Because I'm not going through all that again. So... Man, I don't know if this episode was any good. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, maybe consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. If you have a particular retro game that you would like to see me play, let me know. I'm pretty open to things. Can't promise I'll like it. Can't promise that I'll play it for more than 10 minutes. But I might give it a shot because I like older games. And, it's kind of charming to go back and see some things that shaped the future of gaming, But that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And I will be back with more content in the near future.